Here we have the start of bringing down the power and subtracting 1 for the new power, but with different variables and with some negative and fractional exponents. So looking at this 6t squared minus 10t cubed minus t to the negative 1/3, I'm going to bring down those powers and subtract 1 for the new power for each one of those. So 6 times 2 is going to give us 12t to the first. Negative 10 times 3 is going to give us negative 30. T to the 3 minus 1 is 2. And then we have a negative times a negative 1/3, which is going to make it a positive 1/3. T to the negative 1/3 minus 1 is negative 4/3. So lots of bringing down the power and subtracting 1 for the new power with a different variable. The next one I have to do a bit more work because I see I have a fraction. It's not x's divided by x's. It's not a quotient rule or anything like that. We just have to rewrite it. So I'm going to rewrite this as being h of x still. This is not the derivative. It's 7x squared plus 20x to the negative power because I'm pulling it out of the denominator, and it's a 1 power. Since the power is not written, it's a first power. Now we're ready to take the derivative of both these terms. 7 times 2 is going to give us 14x. 20 times negative 1 is going to make it negative 20. X to the negative 1 minus 1 brings us down to negative 2. We have more fractions to rewrite in the next one. I don't have x's divided by x's, so it's not quotient rules. It is just rewriting using algebra. I'm going to keep that t and write the next term as 6t to a negative 1 power plus 9t to a negative 2 power. That way, once I rewrite them as negative powers to pull them out of the denominator, I'm ready to take the derivative of them now. Derivative of 1t is just 1. 6 times negative 1 is going to give us negative 6. T to the negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. I have 9 times negative 2 will give us negative 18. T to the negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. And then for the next one, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I have to rewrite in order to take a basic derivative. So I have g of s still. I'm not ready to take the derivative. I have 5s to the 10. I have a minus 8s, and that's raised to the negative 1. Plus 10s, and it's in the denominator, so it's a negative power. And since it's under a root, it's a negative 1/2 for the square root. These are all three the same calculus rule, though. We're going to bring down the power and subtract 1 from the new power now that we did the hard algebra part of rewriting. So we have 5 times 10 is going to give us 50. S to the 10 minus 1 is 9. Then we have negative 8 times negative 1, which is going to become positive 8. S to the negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. We have positive 10 times negative 1/2. Half of 10 is 5, so it's going to be a negative 5 when we do 10 times negative 1/2. And then we have s to the negative 1/2 minus 1, which is negative 3/2. So all of these were the same calculus rule, lots of bringing down the power and subtracting 1 for the new power. We just may have some rewriting to do before we can even take the derivative.